You are now listening to the world famous Gamer Boys podcast.
I hear nothing so far.
Not a 3? I heard some.
There we go.
Somebody likes it.
The look of concentration on everybody's face. Let's go.
All right, so welcome once again to the Gamer Boys podcast. My name is Jorge. We're at episode 147. We got my guy back in the studio, Pilot Hero.
Attempt 3. I'm happy to be back.
And we got Beachbody Dave over here.
Yeah, I'm working on it. What do they say? Summer bodies are made in the winter, so I better get going.
Never heard about that.
Okay, well, that's how long it takes.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
Or so I've heard. I've never actually had
And
that.
not to say that you're lying. I just never heard. I actually like it. It's a good,
Yeah.
it's a good motivation.
It's a good mentality.
Yeah,
Gotta go
absolutely.
now.
So I don't know if you guys heard, but we're blaming all the technical difficulties we're having today for the lack of interns. So
Yeah.
interns apply
In
if
terms
you
of
want to
fun.
get yelled at
Yeah,
by Pilot Hero over here.
Yeah.
I will fuck you up, literally.
I mean,
It could happen.
Yeah.
we have Dave as an HR, and I have high confidence in his abilities. So.
Yeah, good
that's
luck.
True. That's
Yeah.
true. With his hair freshly coiffed like this, he means business. It's pretty obvious. But I'll have a disclaimer if we do have an intern, letting them know that I have free reign.
Yeah, HR's got your back, too.
So I'm basically the one on the person's side then.
Yeah. Are we running dual cameras today?
The camera actually turned off, so if someone wants to turn it on,
Yeah.
we could maybe do it.
I'm
Let's
down.
try it.
I love the camera.
Hopefully we don't have any more technical difficulties.
Do I just
But no, the button's on the side over here,
on the left?
right there.
Got it. Just one press?
And you're frozen. And you're back.
Yep, there you go.
Don't touch
Good?
it. Okay,
So
let's
you
just try that.
connected? Solid?
Don't look.
This is exciting stuff. You guys are guinea pigs, because when we become the universe famous, because right now we're just world famous. It's not fair to say universe famous.
Yeah.
When we become universe famous Gamer Boys, with the adaptation of Dave, Hater Dave, Good Looking Dave, Beach Bod Dave,
Coffee Dave.
Coffee Dave,
That sounds
Political Dave.
dude, Political Dave,
Political Dave.
Coiffed Hair Dave.
Yeah, in case you guys missed it, I'm quite the politician in the bedroom.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, and you guys did miss it.
So he's a
unfortunately.
piece of shit,
It's a good-
basically.
You consider yourself like a Bill Clinton of the bedroom?
I did not have sex with that woman. How's that?
I like it. I like it.
It's not old enough sounding.
Slap.
I'm not quite there yet.
No, I feel like you could probably get that dialed in if you tried.
You ready?
Yeah,
You ready for it? You
Let's
want me to
hear
try?
it. Let's
Ready?
hear it.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Holy shit, that was pretty good.
Yeah, you like
I'm
that?
down with that. Yeah.
That was good.
Yes! I still got it. Still got it.
Yeah.
Monica. No, I'm just kidding. Am I pushing it? See, that's one of those times where we wish that the
Yeah.
audio...
Audio's down. Sorry, guys.
Well, speaking of being down, thank you to Goyaki Yerba Mate for being down with the Gamer Boys and hooking us up.
Hell yeah.
I haven't had one today, so
Fuck yeah.
delicious.
Ooh, so good. I remember the one you, I had one last week.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah.
And I went to sleep 3 days later.
Yeah, right.
No, it wasn't that bad. It kept me up for a while.
That's what happens when you don't eat. Come
Oh.
on, man. You gotta have a decent meal.
Well, you went home and you recorded another podcast.
I did.
So, really, this is
It
just
did me a
liquid
favor.
gold.
Yeah. It
It
kept
is
me up.
liquid gold. It
Got me
really
through the
is.
night.
Yeah. Oh. Just your night?
Yeah, just my night.
Well, hey, you know what? Happy endings are for everyone.
They're everywhere.
So, yeah, they're everywhere. So
Everywhere
it's
I turn.
good to be back. What do we got going on, guys? What's new? Is there anything exciting that's...
Yeah, there's well, as far as gaming, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now
Mhm.
that we could talk about. As far as gaming, not too much. As far as the gaming world, but streaming side, there's some stories. Of course, Pokemon's involved, and then as far as Nintendo, they had a Nintendo Direct. So
Yeah.
if you want to talk about that right now, we can. If not, then
Cool.
we'll talk about it in a little bit.
No, I'm down.
Let's
I'm
hear it.
down. I just because I'm so obsessed with Nintendo at the moment because of their surprises. I like that their Nintendo Directs are so random. They never really say like a month in advance or something like that. They're just really sudden. And the release of their classic Mario Strikers
Mhm.
is a soccer game that is so fucking sick, dude. I'm not even joking. Back just back in the day, Mario Strikers was like, it was okay, right? It was like their attempt at soccer that was like ridiculously enhanced, like just an exaggerated version of soccer.
Okay.
And now that they dropped this game and they show that now you have skins, you have all these power boosts. Ah, dude, it makes the game so much more fun. And on top of that, we didn't have the luxury before on these prior Nintendos to have online access.
Oh,
They
right,
bring this
right.
in, dude, and now we can all play. And it's just the endless possibilities just on that game alone. Because they have so many games that are coming out. I'm so amped about it.
That's
I'm
awesome.
so
How
sorry.
technical is that? Do you know?
I would
Is it brand new?
Yes.
Okay, my bad.
Yes. But
'Cause, like,
we'll know.
FIFA,
We'll know. Yeah.
The FIFA games, they're so hard.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
dude.
that's the thing. So we'll actually be able to get in there,
Yeah.
and there won't be any sweaties that are
Right.
usually in FIFA.
Yeah.
So we'll basically beat 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Nice.
And we'll probably have fun doing that because shit.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. But yeah, there's plenty more. I mean, I'll just talk about one more, just to not dive too deep into it. I'm sure we got some stuff to talk about. But the replication of the Wii Sports. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like the tennis, the golf, all that shit.
Yeah, but
the bowling.
The
the
bowling.
Nintendo Switch controllers are terrible
I have
in
I'll agree
comparison
with
to
that.
the Wii.
I'll agree with that.
For
they
motion
have
control.
Yes.
They just don't seem to work as
They
well.
have a lot of work to do. Absolutely. Hopefully they do something soon because they're dropping all these new versions of the same console.
Right.
The Switch Lite, and then they have the Switch OLED,
Mhm.
which is phenomenal, by the way. I'm definitely gonna buy one. But yeah, the Switch Sports. It comes with the golf. It comes with the tennis. The bowling is like my absolute favorite. and I'm so stoked to see like the enhanced graphics on that and online access. Finally, like I've been begging to do like bowling or the baseball or the golf with friends.
Yeah.
Like I was like, there's got to be a way to do it. There's never a way. But now with the Switch, it gives you that possibility.
Finally, you'll
Nice.
find out how bad you actually are.
Yes!
At these games. Every time that
Exactly.
happens, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be awesome, and then I'm
I
like,
feel like I'm gonna.
how are there
dominate.
professionals
Yeah.
playing a 10-year-old's game?
Because
I
you're
don't
playing against
understand.
Japan, dude.
Because
Yeah,
it's a
Yeah.
video game, and oh man. But also they're coming out with Disney Speedstorm, which is Disney / Pixar kart racer.
Hell yeah.
So it's like a Super Mario Kart.
Let's fucking go.
I did see the trailer that had like Mickey Mouse in it, and then also had Jack Sparrow. So it kind of shows you the difference in characters between all of Disney and Pixar. So that's actually going to be pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan.
That's pretty
Just
cool.
one more thing that you can do with like friends and family.
Right.
Literally.
So that's gonna have all the Pixar characters.
Yeah, all Disney and all Pixar, and then you'll be able to have skins and stuff like that. And you actually have to unlock characters.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
it's just like Mario Kart, but just different characters and different dynamic. I'm sure they don't do the shell
Mhm.
situation where you grab things, but
Right.
I'm sure there's some parts where
It's
you
gotta
can
be
get
something.
bonuses and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But they have to make it somewhat different from
Right.
I wonder what
original
how
Mario Kart.
the business side of that is. Like, did Nintendo say, hey, why don't we license these characters and we'll give you X amount,
Mhm.
Or was it the other way? Disney said, hey, we want to replicate this for Nintendo, so we'll just build it and put the game on your platform. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you should call them and ask.
I should.
That's
I
a
think that's
question.
actually
I'm always
pretty decent.
know.
I'm always interested to know how that worked out because if Nintendo's making it for them, they
Right.
basically can just copy Mario Kart.
who's
with new
who's
characters.
who's smarter? You think Nintendo or Disney?
Disney.
Oof, that's a
So probably
great
Disney
question,
called them
though.
up
I'm,
and said,
I'm
"Hey,
gonna
let's do
have to
this."
go Disney.
What
on
a
that.
good question though, because they're fucking these two. They're respectfully like kings in their own courts.
Yeah,
yeah.
Honestly,
But speaking of the Switch, Microsoft is planning to bring Call of Duty to the Nintendo Switch.
Oh,
That's generous.
nice.
That's actually pretty dope.
That's actually a one up right there.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think-
that's good.
yeah. I think like for us, like, cause we all we're Switch owners, so Nintendo, if you guys want to hook us up, we're ready.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
But we all own Switches,
Mhm.
so we do have the kid games.
yes.
My kids have Minecraft, Fortnite, stuff like that. But at the same time, it'd be nice to play Call of Duty on the go,
on the go.
On the go, yeah, that's awesome.
and not mobile,
Right.
not the
Right,
mobile
right.
one. But yeah, so I think that's actually pretty dope.
Do you think it would be optimal for Nintendo to add some sort of SIM card to their devices, to their Switches, so that they could have online access anywhere they go? Instead of relying so much on... They'd be the only console to do that. But, I mean, I'm just saying because that way, if they do end up getting all these games, such as Call of Duty, Fortnite now, and all that stuff, imagine having it anywhere. Literally, you can go to a park.
Yeah.
And you could just, like, log on and play. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure
I mean, that's
there's
true.
a lot that goes into it, but...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what
Can't
the demand would be for something like that. That's interesting.
yeah, literally.
Well, what do you think? Because you kind of know a lot about cell phones. Just using your hotspot for a Switch, would it run it?
I think it would. I think it just probably wouldn't do amazing.
If you're
I
in
think
5G, probably.
Yeah. It also depends exactly if you can retain that 5G when you turn into a mobile hotspot.
So I feel like if the Switch could be ran off of 5G, just a mobile hotspot, I feel like something like that should be pretty easy. Where it's like they don't need that big of a connection just to run.
Yeah.
This
will be a weird flex, but like my truck, I have Wi-Fi on it. I pay with like my points, my Chevy points, right?
Okay.
So I can have it active. But my kid plays rounds of Fortnite in the truck, and I'm like,
Oh,
damn,
really?
does it really work? And he goes, yeah, I'm in Team Rumble right now. I'm just
It's like, yeah, I'm in first
I was
place.
like, oh
That's
shit.
dope.
Yeah, actually he has. And so like it kind of blew my mind that it runs it that smooth. I was expecting honestly like jitter or I don't know, just like a lot of loading
Yeah.
between screens, but he says it runs it just fine. So kind of blows my mind to be honest.
Right.
So if that's the case, I think it'd be kind of awesome if Nintendo did somehow create some sort of contract with like a SIM card or a AT&T or Verizon or whoever.
Right. So
It'd be huge.
I got to ask the question though, given that's a new addition to the Switch, it kind of brings up an age-old question of, people on Xbox, PlayStation rival those on computers.
Mhm.
Is there going to be a new level of disadvantage if people are playing on the Switch? Because I feel like those controls aren't laid out as friendly.
Right. No, that's a great point.
Well, they might not make it compatible towards the other
Oh, okay.
It might just be.
I guess I just assumed that
Nintendo
would be-
Network type deal.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Okay.
true.
All right.
Yeah. See, there's an answer for
Yeah,
it.
because I really doubt that will, like, if you get Call of Duty, you'll like be able to sign into your Call of Duty
Mhm.
account
Mhm.
that you do on your PlayStation. It's probably like through your Nintendo account.
Okay.
I'm assuming,
Right.
All right.
but yeah, it probably won't be cross-platform.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's true though, because like technically they don't want like tablet players that play Fortnite to play because they're considered mobile players
Right.
to play against like PC players because of the insane.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in a sense that like so you would think that a PC player would be killing it,
Mhm.
but apparently there's so many quick shortcuts on like a tablet for Fortnite that like instead of like having to click one thing to build, like it's all one button, so you can legitimately probably outplay a PC
Oh,
player
really?
on a
Wow.
tablet.
Mhm.
Yeah, just because of like the quick shortcuts that
Okay.
it has.
Yeah.
All right. That's a good
I mean,
point.
imagine.
Could you imagine though, like a 5-year-old playing Call of Duty just because they have it on the well, especially Warzone's free.
Right.
So imagine Warzone will be free on the Switch. It's just downloaded on there, and then all of a sudden you're playing against one of us in the comms that we'd say when they kill us.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you keep the Switch by itself.
Roger that. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's a good point.
So,
Imagine.
so some other news that happened while you were gone. I don't know if you heard about it, but it was the Pokimane and Ninja beef.
Just the one where Ninja spoke out and tried to like defend some guy. It was brief.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I got. Yeah.
Oh, so you don't really know what happened though?
Not afterwards. So like he got kind of called out, and then I think his wife Jess stepped in and said, "Hey, you can't be talking to Ninja like that, or I'll fucking dick slap you."
Yeah.
And some crazy shit. But I don't know what happened after that. Like I didn't
okay.
get results.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no results have really happened. Basically, Ninja posted a tweet like kind of when all that stuff was going out, and he said the truth will come out, and that was all he's talked about, all he said
Oh shit.
since then. But Pokimane actually just did a video with Gideon together, and he showed up at her like I forget what they're called, the house that she has.
Oh, her content house. Though.
Yeah, her content house.
Oh shit.
So he showed up there. They did content together. She went live on stream and talked about it.
She
says-
disappeared for a moment.
Yeah, she said she couldn't really talk about it too much because the video's not out yet. But it was just kind of like a slap in the face, and then to Ninja in a way, and then also like she's kind of was trolling Ninja by the stuff she was saying, and then just saying like this guy's actually really cool, and they're just trying to squash that beef, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then he's like on the road to redemption and shit like that. But it's like, well, he's permabanned from Twitch because of you.
Yeah, it's still the thing.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know how I feel. I feel like it's cool that he squashed the beef with her, and that she was cool with it too.
Right.
But like to make content with her, I think is a little too soon.
Agreed. Yeah, I
It's
agree
like-
with that.
Because like he is permabanned because of her, because he was banned for 15 days, 16 days, and then she had to open her mouth
Made it.
even more
Mhm.
to make it a permanent ban.
Mhm.
So then now you're going with her to make this content, and it's like,
Right.
I don't know. And I think he was getting a lot of backlash off that, and I think he was just basically saying, I'm trying to capitalize on a bad situation, which is cool, but I don't know. I think it's a little too soon.
Your career is kind of destroyed. In a way. Like,
Maybe.
basically, I mean, yeah, you're right. Maybe. Because, like, there's a lot of good can come out of what he's doing with Pokemon, whatever. But, yeah, I think the fact that, like, someone went out of their way, though, to, like, destroy you when it was, like, seamless, like, didn't seem like that was that aggressive. I don't know. But someone went out of their way to be like, oh, well, that wasn't punishment enough. I'm going to, what was it, 15 days of ban, you said?
15-day ban.
And then to be like, oh, I don't think that was enough. Let's see if I can step this a little forward. And then gets permanently banned off of Twitch.
Yeah.
That's his career.
Because
In a
he's,
sense.
that you have that power,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
You're one of the
And
top.
then imagine if, like, she somehow comes up with a statement and Twitch is like, oh, okay. I mean, you're right. Pokemon, we fucked up. Let's lift the ban. How much worse do you think that would be?
That'd be worse for Twitch, because then it's like...
Now you just do whatever the fuck the fucking top partners tell you.
Yeah, so that's going on. So we'll see what happens with that. And I don't know, dude. If I was Ninja, I'd be kind of pissed.
Yeah, has he got a future on YouTube? Have they said anything about that?
Who?
Ninja?
He's on Twitch.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm backwards.
I know, he's pretty
Gideon?
solid.
Yeah.
Well, Gideon's already big on YouTube. I think that's where he became popular. He makes like prank videos and stuff like that.
Oh, I see.
Sounds sick.
So he's fine.
He's fine.
And then speaking of that, like Pokimane did have a little hiatus and wasn't streaming and all that. And her contract came up, and Twitter, everyone on Twitter was like speculating on where she's going to go and stuff like that. But she just came out and said that she re-signed with Twitch, which is not really a surprise.
Oh, okay. She was hinting at YouTube for a second, wasn't she?
I think YouTube was hinting at YouTube.
Okay.
So, but she's saying that she's going to give away a Tesla to celebrate.
Yeah, I saw that on, I don't know if it's Instagram or TikTok or something. But.
Yeah. Any celebrity giving away something like that, I don't buy it unless I win.
Right. It's not real unless we won.
Yeah. Or if we hear of someone that we kind of know, or it's more reliable. Okay.
It does kind of blow my mind that like all of these Teslas get given away. David Dobrik, Mr. Beast, Pokimane, whoever the hell it is.
Yeah.
All these Teslas get given, and we're not talking like a few, dude. We're talking like literally hundreds of Teslas are being given away, and I never hear the story after the fact.
You know what? I actually do know one person.
Really?
Oh, here it is.
I do know one person, but I haven't gotten a...
Make me a believer.
I haven't... Well, no, because I'm not a believer. I haven't seen anything after that.
Got it.
So, there's this guy that has a younger brother. His younger brother is the marketing manager or something like that for FaZe Clan.
Okay.
Mr. Beast did like I forget what it was, just like spin the wheel thing, like an event. And a bunch of people came out, spin the wheel, and basically if it landed on the Tesla, you won it. And Tav, I think is his name.
Right.
His older brother's Tal, and he kind of runs a lot of Las Vegas stuff.
Okay.
He's friends with like a lot of moto guys and stuff. That's how I know him. So his younger brother, he spun the wheel, and he won the Tesla. And I remember like Tal posting it, and then I went onto his brother's page and seeing that he posted it and stuff like that. Dude, never again have I seen that Tesla or anything about that again.
Maybe he took a cash option or something.
I don't know, but that was actually someone that I don't know the brother, but I know his older brother.
Right.
So I don't know the guy that actually won it, but I did see that stuff, and he spun the wheel, landed on the Tesla, he won it. I mean, all the videos were like all freaking out, like
and that was the end.
And that was the end of it. And then I've never seen anything on it again.
Interesting. I literally just had this exact conversation on my podcast.
Yeah,
and you guys probably weren't even aware of that. Yeah, because Sean was saying, "Hey, I've Mr. Beast just randomly, you get a car and you get a car." He's saying, he's like, "I've never known a single person that's won anything like that," and I had to break it down to him like, "There's 350 million people in the U.S.
Right.
We probably don't know more than a couple thousand.
Yeah.
So the chances are pretty small."
There's only one reason that I more believe Mr. Beast's giveaways is because, and maybe this is just me overseeing things, but like he gives away kind of old cars sometimes. Like they're like a 2008 Saturn, but they're nice. They're very nice. They're cleaned up really well. But like I do notice that like he gives away a lot of these like for example like a Nissan 2015 Nissan or
they go into that much detail what it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
okay.
they show like
but
it's not necessarily brand new every time. And granted, it's not like he can be dropping like millions of dollars on these vehicles that are brand spanking new.
Well, he can.
But he can.
He's
sure
a top earner on YouTube.
Hasn't, I've noticed.
Right.
And I don't know if that's either me being like a believer or being like
I think you like the guy and you try to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I do want to give him the benefit.
But you guys were commenting that he gives in an interview, he said he gives most of his proceeds from the previous video into the next, right? He rolls it.
We did talk about.
Well, supposedly he says that, but I mean, his videos, realistically, I don't know.
I think he topped.
I think it's a lot
the
of
top
time,
YouTubers list at 45 million.
Yeah, just
at this point, it's hard to know where he gets a lot of his money from because like.
But the thing is, like you've said in the past, you'll see like there'll be like congratulations whoever, and it's kind of like the same story.
Yes.
Where you kind of go back and you feel like you'd see that person like post more about it maybe,
right.
Or like even for clout, like TikTok. A year ago, I won Mr. Beast's car. Yeah. You never see that stuff.
Yeah. They never go back.
You know what I mean?
You hit Tav up like for Gamer Boys research.
I need to hit up his brother and be like, hey, did your? But that's the thing. They're probably not allowed to talk about it.
Maybe.
Like, maybe they sign.
Disclaimer.
And like that's the thing. Like, all right, so put yourself in the same situation. They invite you, and they're like, Dave, you're gonna win the car, but you
Yeah.
don't win it, but you're gonna get all this like clout off of it. Would you do it?
Right. I mean, not right
You're not
now,
losing
but
nothing though.
If I already had something going for me in the media
What do you
world,
mean not right now?
I don't know. What I wouldn't know what to do with it. Like,
But that might be your only chance.
Okay, well.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I
so
get you.
it might just be one of those things. I don't know, but like, it's funny that we just talked about that because I was like, dude, I do know someone kind of.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I've never.
You're the
actually
first person
seen-
that's ever been like, hey,
Yeah.
I know someone that's won
Yeah.
something.
But this guy's a popular guy.
Right.
And like I said, he's like one of the major guys over at FaZe in the marketing department. You feel like he'd be showing that off all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, remember when I won Mr. Beast's Tesla?
Right.
Like anything like that. And then people, Mr. Beast is huge.
Yeah.
So any little clip like that, you title it like that, everyone's going to be like, oh shit, let's watch that.
Right.
Yeah.
You never see it.
Right.
Even the older
That's
winners,
true.
David Dobrik's car, like nothing.
We're not considered, me and my son, we're not considered like winners, but we've talked about this before, but
You're a winner in my heart, Roger.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. So I feel like that too. But we did watch a live stream of Mr. Beast. They were signing shirts, and there was X amount of shirts that they had, and they were selling them, right? And they were pretty expensive, right? I bought one for myself and one for Kale, and it wasn't just Mr. Beast signing them. It was him. It was Carl. It was like the whole cast, right? And we were hoping to get Chandler's signature. We're pretty big fans of Chandler. That's on the part of the crew, and my son and I both ended up getting Mr. Beast's signature. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome, because it was the same gray pen that they were using out of that whole live stream.
Oh, nice.
And I was pretty pumped, and I want to believe deep down in my core that like he didn't have somebody randomly like just sign this whatever, because we watched the majority of the live show, and it was like we were like at least 6 hours deep into this live stream, and so we want to believe like that was truly his signature.
I think that was probably legit.
I hope so, and like
so.
I think that alone was enough for me to be like, like the look on my kid's face though when he was like, I got Mr. Beast's like fucking signature. I was like, it's kind of hard to dislike the guy because like that he's my son's biggest fan. So
right.
That was a dope feeling. And then myself, when I opened up mine, I was like, holy shit, I have his too. And like we didn't think we'd get his because he's like, I'm only doing like. He says he was going to do an X amount of them, and then you mainly saw like Carl and like his crew, mainly them signing, which we would have honestly been happy with either one of them. But getting Mr. Beast was pretty dope.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
And I was like, wow, fuck, dude, I kind of feel like a lot of his stuff is real. Like I want to believe,
Yeah.
But
well,
you never know.
He's like the
honestly.
YouTube Santa Claus.
Yeah.
It's like back in the day, like nothing against the guy, like he's done good and stuff. So we could talk about him, some other time, but nothing against him. But I just it's hard to believe. And back in the day, there was this football player, Chad Ochocinco, and I think he kind of started that whole thing where he'd say, "I'm dropping a new shirt," and it would say, "I bought one of them." It said like 85 on it, and then it said "Kiss the Baby" or something like that, because that was like his saying. So he going into Super Bowl Sunday or football Sunday, he would go, all right, it's time to kiss the baby. Like, kissing babies. Stuff like that. So he had a shirt. He had multiple shirts come out throughout the year like that, and he'd drop his merch, and he'd say, I'm picking winners from the merch drop. If you buy my merch, you can win tickets to come watch me play.
Gotcha. Very Mr. Beast-like.
Yeah, and this was back in the day, and then I know, like, a lot of people, from football and stuff, they were all, like, pumped. They're like, hell yeah, so a lot of people bought, I bought, and you never really see the winners,
True.
Or it might be like his family that he just gives tickets to.
As
So
far as
it's just really hard to like take that serious, I think, sometimes.
I'm gonna make that a little project of mine. I'm gonna go try to follow up on a website and see, like, if I can find someone major giving stuff away now.
You need to make the
You spark my
website
curiosity.
that says
Exposed.
winners, actual winners or something like that.
Yeah.
And then follow up with them because like I feel like a lot of it's just kind of capped, just like buy our stuff. And you have potential to win, but really, like, you don't have to, and I've won a lot. I'm actually pretty lucky when it comes to stuff. I've won, like that backpack,
Shoes and shit.
shoes,
Yeah, backpacks.
hats and stuff through like actual companies like New Era or whatever. They're like, hey, retweet this and we're going to pick a winner.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, like a month later, I get hit up and they're like, hey, we picked your tweet or whatever. And stuff like that. So like
These
I've
are
had
big name companies.
yeah, so I've
Yeah.
had one stuff through like companies, but they're not selling anything.
Mhm.
They're saying just retweet this.
Right.
And a lot of these people are going, hey, buy these raffles or buy these shirts, and then you're gonna get something from it.
Right.
But like, how do we know that someone actually won?
Mhm.
We don't.
Right.
So that's I don't know. Nothing against the guy.
No, that's a good point though, because those are very much harder to believe.
Do you know what we didn't talk about? Unrelated to gaming. Mask mandate in Nevada was kiboshed this morning by our governor.
Good.
That's actually a pretty big deal.
I had to call
Yeah.
Steve and I said, hey, I'm sick of the goddamn mask,
Yeah,
man.
Sislak, get your ass up there and take care of this, would you?
I
We were one of only 9 states left that still had a mask mandate.
didn't know that.
California's going away on the 15th. Ours is toast as of this morning, and I don't.
How do you feel about California? Being is that like they're fucking massive. Like, do you think they should keep the masks on in California, or what do you think?
No.
No, I
Just
don't
kind of
think so.
like
I mean,
we should eradicate
I don't
this
know.
entirely.
I really think that everyone, like, even if this was like super, super deadly, like they should just make it free for all.
Damn.
They kind of did. I mean, the mask
Well-
didn't seem to help a whole lot.
Well,
Well,
just
now
like
you're
everything,
vaccinated,
like full on parties, a party indoor with everyone that has COVID. Go to restaurants when everyone has COVID in the restaurant, like everything. Like it should just be your own choice.
Yeah.
And then, like, if people do start getting sick and don't make it, then those people can be like, "Damn, I fucked up. I should have maybe listened." But
Yeah.
people don't want to listen to people.
Right.
Not that I'm on like that side,
Mhm.
but I'm just saying like, it's
Overall, I mean, yeah, my thoughts on it were basically that there's an optional vaccine that can almost guarantee you're not going to die. It's your choice to take it or not.
Yeah.
So at that point,
But
go
then
for it.
other people come around and say like, "Well, you're gonna die from the actual vaccine," so stuff
Well,
like
that's
that.
what I mean. It's your choice.
It's your choice,
like,
but
so like
people just don't like being told what to do. But like, what I think really people don't understand is like how hard it must be for these politicians. Like, it's probably hard being that guy.
Right.
yeah, that's
So if he was just like from the very beginning, if he was like, just act like nothing's going on, and then all these people die, and then people come back and you're like, dude, you didn't do nothing to protect us.
Mhm.
You're a piece of shit.
Mhm.
He does what he did, and they're like, dude, a lot of businesses went out of business
Mhm.
because you closed them down and they couldn't survive and all that. You're a piece of shit.
Mhm.
So it's like I bet it's super hard, you
Right.
know.
Right. Making
That's-
decisions like that.
Yeah, that's why when people just talk on it, like I really get annoyed with it, unless they're going to be the ones that make a difference. Like if you're out there, talking to people like professionally,
Yeah.
about like a new governor or you run for governor. If you ran your mouth this whole time
Mhm.
and you don't run for governor this next election,
Mhm.
you're a
Then
bum.
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? You
Yeah.
just like to run your mouth.
It's a whole
That-
talk again about like how we're
Yeah.
saying everybody's a doctor, everybody's
Yeah.
a lawyer, everybody's a. Yeah,
So that's
a
why
good point.
I just do my thing. If I go to the store and they're like, "Hey, you got to wear a mask," I'm like, fuck, go back to my truck, get my mask.
Yeah, I
They
gotta
have
sit
them
here
there
and
for
fight
you.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
But now they're like, "Hey, it's cool. Like you don't have to wear one if I go in." But someone still asks me to.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, well, it's just
Yeah.
like."
Exactly.
Yeah. Now you're at a private company store. Like,
Exactly.
you get to do what they ask, or
Yeah.
you choose not to shop there.
Yeah, so that's like my biggest annoyance on it. But I mean, that's cool. I know a lot of people were not like in my kids' school area,
Mhm.
but like in other ones where they were like mandated.
Mhm.
And a lot of parents have issues with their kids wearing a mask all day. So I'm sure they're very happy. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a big deal in the gaming world because we were, that industry in Nevada was held to like the
Gaming,
nth
as
degree.
in
like casinos.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Because like casinos were, they're enforced by the Gaming Control
Mhm.
Board of Nevada, so they're the people that actually enforce that stuff, and they have the ability to revoke licenses or basically take away business licenses.
Yeah.
If they're not following with that kind of thing. So
You know what kind of pisses me off though about this whole thing? In a
the
way?
weather.
That too.
God,
You
it's
know
so
me.
nice.
I hate the weather, but no, the weather's been nice. Yeah,
No.
really, which is great. But no, Razer, the gaming company, they dropped a mask called it was like Project something, right? I remember.
Scarlet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. And it's a dope ass mask. It's got interchangeable colors and it's like clear, right? So it's got the two things on the side, the filters, and then this whole thing, like everything changes colors. And you can even like change, like it has an option to change like your little voice modulator. So if you wanted to sound like Bane, it was
Really?
dope. It was the
Like Bill
sickest
Clinton?
thing. Yeah,
That's-
yeah, literally. It was the dopest thing ever. It's $100, and they were always out. Like as soon
Oh,
as
really?
they dropped, They were always out of stock, and I was like going in there trying to fucking buy one for a long time. And now this whole thing fucking lives, and I'm like, well, fuck you,
You can still get one though.
dickheads.
Yeah, now you can
I
wear
think
it while
so,
you
yeah.
stream.
I think
Actually, that's not a terrible idea.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of cool.
you know, like you say, like I like to look at the bright side of everything.
Mhm.
If we can learn anything from this, it's kind of like the Chinese culture as
Mhm.
far as like when you're sick, wearing a mask is actually a good idea.
It's not a terrible idea.
Right.
Here in the United States, I don't think anyone's ever like really cared
Mhm.
or even thought about it.
Right.
But like, think about it. When you're sick, like you got a cold,
Yeah.
but you can still go to work and stuff like that. Why not wear a mask so you don't get everyone else sick?
Right.
But yet you can still work,
Mhm.
you know, from your business.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You know, so I
Right.
think like certain things like that, like help or
Right. So like nowadays, we could probably just get away with that. You know,
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
just not
exactly.
Go to work and people are like, "Why are you wearing a mask?" We're like, "I'm feeling a little under the weather," but
Yeah.
it's not weird now.
and I'd be like, oh, dope, good, because I didn't want to get sick.
Yeah.
You know, because people would probably just say like, we'll go home. Well,
Yeah.
dude, I can't afford
Right.
staying home.
Right.
I
Yeah.
have to go to work or whatever it
Yeah.
may be. So
Yeah,
I
not a
think-
lot of people have that luxury. That's true.
yeah, so I think that's a good thing that's come out of it,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully, and some people take advantage of it and do it. So, you know, it's always nice not seeing the kids sick.
Right.
It's nice us not being sick,
Mhm.
even though we have, like your family was sick, my family was
Yeah.
sick,
Yeah, mine too.
you know, stuff like that. So, but let's move over. We talked about Joe Rogan. I named our last podcast Joe Rogan versus the World because I am Nostradamus.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So basically, it was
Yeah.
the whole Spotify issue.
Yeah.
And then, like, the very next day, or actually, like, Friday, Saturday of last week, came out the other issue
Got it.
where video clips from his older podcast have resurfaced somehow,
Right.
magically.
Mhm.
Someone, you know, I don't know.
Someone saves everything.
Yeah, they came out with him saying the N word quite a bit.
Yeah.
So now it's the cancel culture towards that, not even the Spotify thing no more.
Mhm.
I mean, they want him off Spotify, but it's not about the putting out false information. Now it's because he says the N word.
Right.
So
Said it. Right. Back then.
yeah, that a lot.
Are we saying like how far
So-
back?
Up to 10 years ago.
So the article I just read was from Variety online, and it said that the last time.
They're a bunch of liars.
Okay, well that could be a possibility. It said the last time he used it was 2018, and I was like, I've
I mean,
been
I can see
listening to Joe Rogan a lot, like not so much right now or even in the past year, but previous to that, for a couple of years there, I listened to it, and I never.
Is
heard
he
it.
saying it all slang like, or is he hard R'ing?
Uh,
The hard R.
Ah.
But a lot of times,
A lot of times it's in reference to other people's like what shows or something, like
Mhm.
stand-up comedians. Some comedians have actually used the word in the title of their show.
Yeah.
well, I heard something and it brings good light to it. Like a lot of people are coming out in his defense. I don't think he's going to get canceled. But just saying like Joe Rogan in general is a nice guy, a good man,
Mhm.
and then also not racist, right?
He's not a racist person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
sure.
a lot of times, like, so say like the word bitch.
Mhm.
If you call a female a bitch, you're a bitch.
Mhm.
It's very offensive
Mhm.
Yeah, sexist.
or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Because you could call a guy a bitch too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then it's not sexist. Now you're
But
like
it's
just
offensive.
calling them. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's offensive. But then if you reference that word as in like saying it in a different way, like
Like, what up,
The
bitch?
context.
not what a bitch, but like
My bitch.
just saying it in a different way, like, you know, like trying to explain something.
Yeah.
Man, that was a bitch. You know,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Then it's not offensive no more.
Right.
And that's kind of what Joe Rogan was doing because he was, instead of saying like, you know, the N word,
Right.
every time he had to like reference it,
Mhm.
he would say the word, but he was actually talking about something at the moment
Mhm.
where like the word was going to come up.
Got it.
He said, yeah, that guy was straight up saying the N word,
Yeah.
but he actually
But he was
saying
saying
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and he came out apologizing, saying like, I'm embarrassed about that stuff, and I wish I wouldn't have said that stuff
Mhm. Mhm.
because, you know, I think a part of it is because he's a comedian.
Yeah.
So I think comedians a lot of times think that they can kind of say whatever they want
Right.
because they're speaking comedy
Right.
and they can get away with it. And he did for 10 years, like over 10 years.
Right. Like clearly it was that day and age where it's just like he means no harm. He's like literally stating whatever it is he's stating. He's not coming at people saying, "Hey, and you, and you, and
Yeah.
you," you know, like. So it's like, yeah. I mean, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
It's we live in a sensitive world. It's hard, you know.
Yeah, and I feel like,
But I am against racism. I'm not.
yeah, for
I don't
sure.
fuck with that.
But I feel like also too, the clip. I didn't go back to find any of those clips, so I don't know. But I saw the clips, and the way they did them, I was like, damn, that was pretty bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I didn't go back to actually see.
But I'm sure they were just cut.
Exactly.
You know?
So from what I've heard from other people defending him, they're like, dude, go back and listen to the clips, and it's nothing like they're making it out to be on this video.
Yeah.
You know. So
right. Yeah. So if you didn't know and you just saw it, you'd be like, oh, he's a racist.
Well, I sent him one.
Shit.
Dude, I sent him one on Saturday night.
I know you're like, I don't know, man. He might not make it out. And I was like, dude,
it was going pretty bad. It was basically. It said, like, him encouraging someone to say it. So he was talking to someone. They were talking about races and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, so you can't say it. And then he's like, say it. And the guy was just, like, kind of sitting there. He's like, see, you won't do it. Do it. Like, pushing him. And the guy did it. And then when he did it, dude, he just cracks up. And I was like, dude, that is bad.
Yeah, I think there is a couple aspects to this. I don't think at any time, especially in today's day and age, it's probably reasonable for anyone to use that kind of language. I don't even like it when I see other people of the same community saying it. It like makes me uncomfortable. I'm like, I feel like you're kind of almost like knocking each other down. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, well, see, it's
especially like if you watch a movie.
It's such a weird word though, because I see black people say it to
each other,
and there's saying it to like a white person, and they call them that.
Yeah.
You know, and they just use it, and it's like a filler word for me. I feel like it's a filler word in
not for you, but when you're watching it.
No, it's a filler word for rap songs.
Right.
A lot of times they don't have to say it, but they just say it because it fills the space.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So like to me, that's why like the most I think most people in that race I think don't care as much, but if it's in a racist way, they do.
Yeah.
And there's the real like extreme ones are like, I don't even like my people saying it, which is cool too.
Yeah,
like, that's that's totally fine as well. But I think for the most part, the major part of the community is okay with it, but just not white people.
Right.
You know, and Joe Rogan happens to be white, and he was saying
right.
Yeah.
So
he definitely put himself in a pickle.
Steve Densmore says Shaun White's third and final run just went down.
And how'd it go?
Yeah, how'd it go, Steve? And then he also said Rogan's adopted daughter is black. Likely not racist. I didn't know. Actually, I did hear someone say that, and I was like...
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
no one wants to bring that up, huh?
Shaun White's fire. Probably been the only Olympic snowboarder / skateboarder I've ever followed my entire life. And I've played all of his games.
Right. How old is he now? Is he 38?
Oh, yeah, good question.
Yeah, he's like probably 30. Yeah.
Have you seen those videos on TikTok? Were we talking about that?
Yeah. He has a good TikTok page.
Have you seen those?
I haven't
They're
seen
funny.
those.
He's like watching other like kids or something just eat it while he's eating and just takes it bigger. And he's like, oh,
right.
God,
I have seen
or it's a video of him,
yeah.
but then he has like the story behind of that video.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, I remember that run. And that shit's cool. Like, hearing it from a pro.
Yeah,
Steve, how did Shaun White's run go? But just to like end the whole Joe Rogan thing, because he is our
a coworker.
A coworker of us.
Yeah.
You know? So we got to defend him in a way.
Yeah, not racist.
No. But I just want to say this about cancel culture. There has to be like a statute of limitation, right? Because how, like in your opinion, how long does, especially nowadays, now it's a lot faster, I think, but like how long does the world take, or at least the United States take, to change ideas or perspective of something? Meaning like back then, 10 years ago, even longer, like, you know, in the 2000s, early 2000s, you listen to Eminem, and he said a crazy amount of stuff that you can't say nowadays.
Right.
Right? But back then it was okay.
But look at, I mean, to your example, even look at COVID and what it did. I feel like COVID accelerated us 3 to 4, 5, 6 extra years into the evolution of what social norms are.
Yeah, but before that, it was happening with the whole Me Too movement.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, how fast is that move nowadays? Like, where something was acceptable, like, today, maybe 3 to 5 years from now, it won't be anymore. Right. So, there has to be a statute of limitation in order to, like, try to cancel someone. Because we're judging people based off how we think now, not how we thought back then.
Right.
So, you can't bring up a story or tweets or anything that's happened unless it's like really bad, like you
Right.
rape someone, like,
Right,
You know,
right.
Yeah.
but like just talking, you can't like bring something that happened 15 years ago and be like, this is the same person now.
Mm.
You know, unless he was extremely racist, like I hate N words.
Yeah.
All
Like,
N words
just
need to die.
open about that.
Yeah, but like the way he did it, he's a comedian and stuff like that. Like we judge that different now than we did 10 years ago.
Right.
You know, it's funny you say that because like I was a big fan of Kevin Hart's old stand-up comedy, and there was like gay slurs that he was using. Kevin Hart.
Oh yeah.
Like he had like just comments. And he didn't say anything along the lines of like, "Oh, f gays" or derogatory. But he was stating like, "Oh, he doesn't want his son being gay." This is in one of the his older comedies, and I was cracking up. I thought it was hilarious because I could get what he was meaning. He was like, "Isn't that like the fatherly like thing to do? Like to just prevent your son to do, in his words, gay things."
Yeah.
And it's something stupid, like something as little as like. Kids are playing, and your one son falls on another boy, and he's like, "Oh, don't do that!" And kicks him out.
Right.
This is a funny skit, and I was dying. I was rolling about it, and it's funny because as years went along, and this, the community started changing their ideals of what's considered funny or not. I was saying like, I wonder if they're gonna get him for that. Like, because Kevin Hart's huge now, right? He's big, and I wish I would have like recorded myself saying, I was like, I wonder if they're gonna get him for that, because I would always go back and watch his old comedy, and I was like, I'm surprised they didn't go back and be like, oh, dude, like this is naughty, and it surfaced. It legitimately did. They got him for that, and I think it was pretty petty, in my opinion. And he's like, and he has to say this. He goes, I feel bad for like,
it was because
using those words.
Yeah, it was because he was going to be like the Grammy host or something like that. They didn't want him to do that.
That's what it was.
But it's also, you got to realize too that like who's doing this cancel culture? Like, so the people trying to get rid of Joe Rogan right now, are they white or are they black?
Right.
Because if they're white, they have no say in this whole cancel him because he said that.
Honestly, honestly, that's got to be a major majority of it anyway, just by population numbers.
Exactly.
So
like this makes no sense. But then with the Kevin Hart thing too, is like you got to realize that's a different race. That's a different culture. They see being, what's the word? Gay. I was trying to think of the right word. But being gay as maybe not okay. Like maybe other cultures are like accepting of it.
Yeah.
But like some cultures aren't.
Right.
So like you can't like blame the dude because that's how like his culture is or how he grew up. You know, like you can't.
Not only that, but he's a comedian. His job is to find the edge
and make us
push
laugh.
it. Yeah. And just be like that kind of shock factor on the edge of, oh shit, he just said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's crazy. So we need a statute of limitation of when we can like go back and pull certain things from people, try to cancel them. Because if not, and then who else is doing the canceling?
Right.
Like if it's a group of white people trying to cancel Joe Rogan for saying the N-word, but then yet the black community doesn't care.
Right. I wonder if that's the case too. I mean, he works with so many of them in UFC. It's like just like
UFC. Like, Dave Chappelle's like one of his best friends.
It's kind of funny and like.
Plus,
I was just gonna say, just making him out to seem racist, like straight up racist, opposed to just the words he chose back then, seems a little
Plus, you got to look at the character itself. Like, he stopped saying it at some point, so he decided, okay.
When he actually came out with another clip, I think his first podcast episode since everything's happened, which hopefully he has us on there as a show of faith.
We'll have to check our schedule.
I'm right. I'm free.
I'm free. I'll quit my job right now.
As a show of faith for being, co-host.
Yeah.
Not co-host, but what?
Coworkers.
Coworkers.
There we go.
We're colleagues.
Yeah, we're colleagues. But he did come out and say, he's like, I'm actually happy this happened because this was buried for like 10 years ago and stuff like that.
Kind of feels relieved.
He's relieved because he knows that like after a while he was like, that wasn't really cool for me to say that. And then part of him probably thought like, oh, this could resurface at any time. So finally it did. And now he can say whatever his piece on it.
Right.
He apologized. He said he's not proud of that stuff. He's actually embarrassed of saying that stuff back in the day. Yeah. And that's what it is. So he's actually like kind of pumped that he did that.
Well, what's sad to me is that all this occurred not because of who he is, but because there was an agenda behind it.
Oh yeah,
This stuff has been out there. It's been on Spotify, and then before Spotify, on every podcast platform, YouTube, available for the last I don't know how many years, and it's been sitting there, and no one said a word about it.
So I wanna be in the room of those people that like got hired to do this, or the people like the brains of this, because it's like they're punching the air because one, Spotify, get them off of there, misinformation, you suck.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Right.
Two, you said the N word. It doesn't look like it's gonna happen. A lot more people have his back than not. So this might not happen. So it's like,
including the same.
are they gonna go with a 3, or they're just gonna be like, all right, you know what?
Yeah.
He's actually a good dude. And he's gonna be hard to cancel.
Right. No, absolutely.
There's no point. There really is no point. It's just people want to see famous people fall.
Yeah. But just let him do his thing. Like, you don't have to watch his podcast. Like that's what anyone that has a brain knows that. Like, you don't have to watch him.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
right.
No, that's true. It's like when we talk about streamers, we're like, it's like, hey, if you are not a fan of that streamer, you're not forced to watch them. Watch somebody else.
Yeah.
It's just.
Speaking of bitches,
speaking
if
of
I may, just for 1 second, what's his name? Neil something? Is
Diamond?
it Neil Young?
Neil Diamond?
Was the guy that kicked all this off?
Neil Hendricks,
And I think it was Neil Young.
Neil Young.
Yeah, they wanted his music.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think I said before or last week, I'm down with like the freedom to choose that stuff. But after I realized, actually, I looked into it. That's what he is. He's a bitch.
Yeah.
It's just like I like the fact that he has the freedom to say, you know what, this is not a place for my music or whatever. But for people to come forward and be like, take this down because I don't like it, or I'm out of here. It's like, well, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just don't say anything. Just yank your shit there.
Yeah.
But don't try to like control what's being broadcast anywhere. You know? It's like, all right. Sorry, I just had to update that because it's on my.
I'm glad you said it.
I'm like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
You won't get canceled. Me and him might.
Yeah.
Goodbye, gamer boys.
Yeah, we might.
Rebranding.
Hey, but speaking of being canceled, not really canceled, but we talked about this in the past because Roger is a semi-celebrity over on the TikTok world.
Sure am.
Charlie D'Amelio is probably the biggest star on TikTok.
Yeah.
But she recently started posting some tweets with some photos of her videos, and she's seems to be shadow banned. So she's posted like 5 videos, and of her 5 last videos, they have 0 views. And we actually talked about that because that's happened to me.
Yes.
And I'm a nobody, and that's happened to me.
You're somebody.
Do you know what it was
Thank you.
for? Any idea?
No, because the videos don't really seem to.
No,
Graphic.
Yours personally. You said you were shadow banned.
Oh
Any
yeah,
reason why
I
you
have an
thought-
idea.
Yeah, we have theories.
Yeah, for sure. Because on one of the videos, I actually posted a clip of a gameplay I had over on Twitch live stream. Dope gameplay,
Yep.
sniping everyone.
Mhm.
And at the very end, I posted something like, "Check me out on Twitch."
Yeah.
And
Oh, you
it had 0 views, and I feel like it's because
you
promoted Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
On
Promoted
TikTok.
a different platform on TikTok.
And then so I deleted that video, and I took off the part that said Twitch
Mhm.
on it. Posted it again, 600 and something views. So they shadow banned my video, not necessarily my account,
Mhm.
but my video, because I think I was promoting other people's thing.
maybe they just have a filter up that looks for
Yeah.
other media
Same thing.
shout-outs.
Same thing happened with. Check us out on TikTok, the Gamer Boys. I posted the clip of the metaverse that we had here that
Mhm.
was hilarious.
Yep.
Everyone that's watched
Oh,
it just
God.
loves it.
So good.
With the
Love your
balloon.
reaction.
Yeah, he thought I paused it.
I was like, did you pause Roger for a minute? Like, why was he stuck like that? He's
dude,
like, no, that was
I was-
his reaction. I was like, oh.
So at first, I
So-
posted that video 3 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Maybe that explains
The
why I've
first-
seen it twice.
the first 2 times I posted it, I hashtag metaverse
Mhm.
or meta or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think
Which screams Facebook,
it's Facebook.
right?
So 0 views.
Mm-hmm.
I take all that stuff out. I don't put nothing, and my title just says like, "Damn, that's nuts" or "That's crazy" or something like that. Nothing to do with anything else. Over 1,000
All the
views.
views.
Stuff like that. So it's like
Yeah.
they're doing that, but they're doing that to her, and it's funny because you can go back to her older videos, and she's the biggest person on TikTok. So she's going from 10.2 million, 22 million views to 0 views.
Is that her
That's
scribbling
crazy.
and circling and stuff
Yeah.
like that?
What? Who is she? Sorry, I don't know. But 135 million followers, 136 million followers.
And that's on a. Oh yeah, that is a
Her main
TikTok.
TikTok account.
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
She was the first person to blow up back in 2019,
And it just
early of
kept
2020.
going.
right when the whole pandemic stuff started to happen,
Yeah.
and TikTok just kind of just started to blow up. She was like the first one on there.
So the algos kicked into
yeah,
her,
like I mean, she was getting
what?
yeah, because basically it was like I don't know if you remember, but like back in the day with MySpace,
Mhm.
when you signed up, you were automatically following Tom from MySpace.
Right.
So I think that's how it was with her. Like you sign up for TikTok,
You see her videos.
she's the only one you see.
Yeah.
So everyone just started following this girl.
Yeah.
And I don't really know if she's like talented. I've seen certain videos, and all she does is like dance other people's dances.
Okay.
So I can't really say
I was
like.
gonna say I don't know what her content is solely about.
Yeah.
But I've definitely heard of her. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's obviously the biggest. So people are saying like, "Way to go, TikTok! You're shadow banned. You're your biggest star, or like whatever." But like, what do you guys think about that? Like, it's crazy how advanced these platforms are. That she might have not even done. Like maybe she did, but. Like someone like me, I didn't even do anything wrong.
Right.
But I just happened to hashtag the wrong thing, and they shadow banned my video from anyone seeing it.
It's just a bummer to think that that's yeah, like you're saying, it's what it's coming to. It's like no, nobody else, just us.
Yeah.
Like, don't even think about posting me somewhere else. Like it's crazy. Like all it takes is a hashtag.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, fuck this, dude. This guy's gonna ruin my life.
Yeah.
You know, God forbid.
So, well, I'm glad it kind of happened to her, and it's not just me.
Has that been fixed?
I don't think so.
What's her name?
Charlie D'Amelio.
Let's check this out.
And she has a sister, Dixie D'Amelio. Same thing, so she kind of got popularity off her sister.
Right.
But she also went and started singing or something like that, and she has a song with Wiz Khalifa, stuff like that. So she tried to definitely do something with the 15-minute of fame that she had.
Yeah.
And all that. And Charlie, I don't really know. Like, she's just so popping on TikTok that I think that's all she really does.
Right.
I know they have
Well, she came up when I looked for her, so she's not completely shadow banned yet.
but her videos were. So unless you actually click on her profile.
Yeah, she got new videos for 566,000 views.
Nude videos?
New.
No, you just
New.
Yeah, Dave.
One for one. I think she's been
Dave.
fixed.
She's 16, Dave.
She's been fixed. Everyone stop.
She's been fixed.
She's been fixed.
Jesus. She's only 16.
Like
She's
neutered,
got
but
millions
even
of
fixed.
80 million views on one video. Okay, well, she's got millions of views on each video now, so I don't know what point in time that was, but it looks like maybe the
If
algorithm.
you start watching, I'm going to give her that one more view.
I'm not watching it.
Hey, but just by searching her, that's all that's going to pop up in your stuff now. So I'm glad you did it instead of me.
Whatever.
Yeah. So I don't want to see that. She's 16.
I don't
She's
care.
16. I don't
Hey,
care.
but speaking
I'll be
cares?
canceled in the
He
morning.
cares. He cares. He's just playing.
But speaking of TikTok, there's a TikTok influencer and her husband who attempted to launder a fortune of $4.6 billion.
I was gonna say, if you say million, that's not even that much money anymore. But billion.
I mean, I'll take 4.6
to launder, I ain't going to jail for that risk.
$4 billion?
$4.6 billion
That's
worth.
a shit.
Well, worth of Bitcoin.
That's worth the attempt. I'm sorry, but that was
So
worth
back
the
in
attempt.
2016, this amount of Bitcoin, which was 119,754 Bitcoins, were hacked and stolen. And these people got a hold of the flash drive with it, and they got caught. But like that's the thing. Like I thought Bitcoin was like supposedly like untraceable.
Well, that's what they call it.
No. That it's got the
Well, it has the blockchain.
right, which is tells you where it went to each hand.
Yeah.
So that's how they got caught. Right? It's not untraceable. It's completely traceable. That's why it's supposed to be ultra secure. So that actually has me a little like, how did it get hacked?
Well, yeah.
It
So
had to have been early.
So they didn't. Yeah, it was in 2016. They didn't actually hack it.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else did. So they're not being charged for the actual hacking. They're being charged for the money laundering.
Possession?
Yeah. So they're being charged for that, which is up at I forget. I think it's like up
I'd be
to like.
pissed if I lost that money.
Right? Yeah, right? Especially now.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
but
mean-
it happened in 2016. You probably didn't even know.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
You know, like the guys are like, oh, I paid 30 Bitcoin for a pizza
Mhm.
back in
10,000 Bitcoin.
yeah
for a
10,000.
pizza.
You know.
Oh, God.
So what if he stole it from the pizza delivery guy?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
I hope the pizza delivery guy still had it.
Yeah. So it's wild, but
That is wild.
another thing that came out is that she on TikTok, she's like this like rapper, and they're claiming that she has like the worst rap song ever.
The worst. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
She might need that Bitcoin.
I think that's why she was doing it. But that's crazy, man. That's a lot of money.
Richness gives you fame, dude. For whatever reason, if you're
Well, in
rich,
2016, it wasn't that amount of Bitcoin wasn't worth 4.6 billion.
Right.
But
probably still in the millions.
yeah,
I'm
it was
sure,
still
at that
worth
point.
quite a bit.
I wonder how long
4.6
they've
billion.
had those. They're just sitting on it, waiting for. So it's actually money laundering.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
Crypto laundering.
Because like money laundering implies that they were actually trying to conceal the source and like filter it out into like the market and stuff. So I wonder what they were doing.
Well, it said they bought some NFTs with it. So they obtained the Bitcoin fortune after a hacker gained access to a Hong Kong cryptocurrency exchange. And once the cryptocurrency was disposed into their wallet, officials claim that the two spent 5 years laundering or $119,000 in Bitcoin.
But not spending.
119,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah, in Bitcoin. So which is the
4.6.
Makes me mad. I would have wished I would have spent it. Then get caught.
Dang.
If I could have spent it, then get caught. Like if I went to fucking Malibu or Malibu. Yeah. That's not gonna be hard.
Malibu,
No, but like
you might have your own island if you get that much in Bitcoin at this point.
I was thinking, yeah, exactly. Just going to like Jamaica. I don't know, dude. Something crazy. Some
Pilot Hero
spontaneous.
Island.
Pilot Hero Island. You know?
Yeah. Speaking of island, you could have gone to Caldera Island.
Yeah. That'd have been sick, actually.
What's that?
So it's on Warzone.
Warzone.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That place looks
I've never been there.
But Microsoft confirms Call of Duty will stay on the PS5 and PS4. So talking to the Microsoft, like one of the heads over at Microsoft, they said that they're planning to still release Call of Duty for the PlayStations, and that's a good thing because a lot of people were worried what's going to happen. Like maybe I was thinking like maybe a year or two they're going to keep doing it, but after that they're going to be like, all right,
all
exclusive
PC
for
or
PC
Xbox,
and Microsoft and Xbox. Yeah,
that'd be suicide by them.
By who?
Because it's the most popular game that's out there, right?
Yeah.
Said maybe Fortnite gives it a run for its money.
But do you think like people would go and just buy Xboxes?
No, because what it would do is
Or
open
PC.
the opportunity for someone else, another software development company, to come along and build a replacement for Call of Duty on PS5.
I mean, there is, but that's a...
You know what I mean? Because now you're taking that completely off of that, so now there's
That's a franchise, man.
millions of people with it and that don't have access to that game anymore. So someone else would build something, not
right.
Well, how I think about it is, I think the people that play Call of Duty and they're Call of Duty fans, like diehard, which a lot of us are, grew up on it.
Yeah,
they're like kind of like crack babies.
We switch.
They're gonna do whatever it takes, which entails buying an Xbox to play the Call of Duty games.
Yeah, or a PC.
Yeah,
Could be.
I'm just saying.
Could be.
But that does open a good conversation because there was a game on PlayStation called SOCOM that was dope.
Right.
So they could just relaunch that and make that like the new Call of Duty. SOCOM. They used to have it on the PSP. So
yeah.
Oh,
so did I. How weird is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, literally one of the best games on the go.
Yeah, so that right there could compete, but at the same time, it's like, dude, the following, it's a cult following, man, for Call of Duty.
Right. 100% of people aren't going to follow.
Not 100%, for sure. Not 100%.
And especially if you allow the platform for someone else to try to build a replacement, it could take even more than...
It better be a good replacement.
Oh, yeah, they would make it. They would make it.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not against that. I mean, it's possible. It's absolutely possible.
I mean...
all I'm saying is it would definitely maximize their profits to stay on all platforms.
Yeah.
Like, people are still going to buy it. They're still going to do everything. So,
but, yeah, to play just both sides, like, Jorge's right. Like, there was a game out there that was solely out for PlayStation consoles. Mm-hmm. So, like, for example, it came out for PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and the PSP.
Right.
And I was pissed.
What game was that?
Fuck. It was Kingdom Hearts, one of my all-time favorite games. And it came out for PSP instead of the PS4. And I was like, what the fuck? No.
Really?
I was pissed. Bought a PSP, played the PS, the game on there.
How much was a PSP?
At the time, I think it was like $200.
Yeah, it was like $250.
Yeah. And so I felt like
PSP was dope.
Oh, so
hey,
sick.
real quick, PSP, you could buy DVDs.
Oh, yeah.
And you can watch legit movies and...
Isn't it crazy that's like an old thing now?
Dude, it was
Like,
so.
well, you got videos on everything you have anymore with the screen, so. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
I bought
Yeah,
my
they had
wife
the
the
little
PS
mini
Vita.
guys, huh?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Those things
that's
were
cool.
they were fire, dude. They just couldn't stick. That was the problem. They just couldn't stick. Like,
I wonder if it would now because of the Switch.
I know, huh? A decent competitor now. Dude, it was so ahead of its time too. I like I was saying, I bought my wife the PS Vita, and the back was all touchpad. Like it was all touchpad. It was such a sick PSP. Oh,
Really?
it was so sick. Watching movies on there, high definition. It comes with headphones. Oh, dude, it was like the whole nine.
Sounds like an iPad.
Literally. Yeah, no kidding.
Just could play better games.
Yeah.
Steve says in the chat, and Steve researches a lot of gaming stuff. So he says, from what I read, they're going to do the new Call of Duty games every 2 years instead, which basically means Call of Duty will probably be on the PlayStation for the next 6 years. And then by that time, they're probably working on the next gen console anyways.
I'd be okay with that.
Right,
That's a
okay.
good point. Absolutely.
So we have
Thanks,
Steve in
Steve.
the chat, man.
So we got Steve in chat.
Steve kills it just like his product, Headshot Red Dot.
Get yourself a device.
That's it. It's the only way I get by in that game.
Yeah, make sure. Well, yeah,
Even when I'm good, I'm still bad.
yeah. I've had him kill me.
hmm
I'm like, hey, res me, and back in the
I'm like, what's
lockout,
res me? What are you talking about?
I'm gonna res me, and he ended up killing me instead because you could kill your partner.
Oh god, I wish we were recording all the time when we played because
I have that clip.
There's so many good clips of me
It's on my
killing you
Twitch.
on accident. I'm just like, ah, shit.
I have that clip. It's on my Twitch. That's J Alvarez 7 on.
Check
Twitch.
him out on Twitch.
Oh god.
This is my platform.
Mhm.
Can't shadow ban me for saying that. TikTok fuckers. Yeah, but make sure you go over to Headshot Red Dot and get yourself a device.
It's sick, dude. It's such a convenient device, too. Not like a big, bulky fucking thing that shoots a laser that could damage your television or monitor. It is literally the most
Dude.
handy little device.
Not that long ago, I tagged someone, but I don't know if Steve's on. Dude, I think it might have been. I think because I tagged Steve. Steve, let me know. But it might have been on Instagram, like a reel. Dude, a kid put toothpaste on the crosshair.
I've seen so many things, dude.
And I was like, hey, you should get yourself a Headshot Red Dot. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, a kid got a piece of tape, clear tape, put it in the center of the crosshair, and drew
Did
a little
Sharpie?
dot on,
Yeah.
did Sharpie on it.
Oh.
And then the problem is he had to take it off because it was so stuck on there. He sat there with his nail fucking scraping it off. I was like,
Oh yeah, there's a nice little line in his
oh
TV.
yeah. The
Yeah.
monitor was
Yeah, that's the dumbest. I couldn't believe. And I almost thought like it was a troll.
yeah. So did I.
It probably was.
Yeah.
But like you put toothpaste on your television
Yeah.
so you have a little help with the crosshair.
Yeah.
Instead of buying
I thought it was a clip for fun, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, you're genuinely trying to do this.
Yeah, that's insane.
Dumb
Dumb-
idea.
dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Some might say this is also the dumbest shit you might see in your life. But there's this guy that has 25 tattoos on him so far that say Phase Rug for the Phase member, Phase Rug.
Mhm.
And he says he will not stop until he joins the org.
Wait, what?
So he's tattooed Phase Rug on his body 25 times, and he's not going to stop until they put him in the org.
Wait, he's not a part of FaZe Clan?
Sounds like they have a new
No.
intern. Huh?
He's not?
No, the guy doing it, no. But
I
he's
didn't know that. I thought FaZe Rug was part of FaZe
no,
Clan.
Phase Rug. He's tattooing Phase Rug on his body.
That is insane.
That dude's name. So a normal guy,
Oh, a normal guy is.
is
Gotcha.
tattooing
Gotcha.
that guy's name, Phase Rug.
That is insanity.
So it's like one of those Mr. Beast thing where it's like,
Notice me.
yeah, notice me thing till it happens. So I kind of hope this doesn't work.
Same.
Not because to hate on the guy, because I feel like it's probably gonna work.
It's probably gonna work.
But then that's just gonna make other kids do stupid
Stupid
shit.
things.
Right,
yeah, you
right.
can't
Like,
take that.
kids are
Can't take
smart.
that back unless
Yeah.
you got a bunch of money.
So I hope that FaZe Clan kind of sees it that way, but at the same time, I feel like they'd be like, "Dude, you're legit. You're dope. That's pretty sick." But really, like I would say, like you're kind of a crazy person. You're tattooing
Right.
this other person's.
Somebody else's name.
You guys know anything about Phase Rug?
Now he's kind of one of the OG members of
Yeah.
Like,
FaZe
how do you
Clan.
get that name?
I don't know. It's just
He
that's a
calls
good.
his viewers Rugrats. He's like, hey, what's up,
Oh,
my
that's
little
good.
Rugrats? And stuff
Really?
like that. Yeah. That's what he
Okay.
says.
All right.
It's like,
That's
it's like an
nice.
intro.
Was that? Okay.
I want to dislike him but I like him in a way. The only reason why I dislike him is because his content is solely and purely off of his profits. So, like his money, for example, he bought like the SUV Lamborghini, right? Yeah. And he was the first one to do it. The Yaris, thank you.
Yeah, those things are sick.
Otis, as they would say it over there. And he would flash it everywhere. He would take his mom on, like, in the car, and, like, he would drive her around and stuff. And then, like, he would talk about what he's bought her and stuff like that. All this money that he got, right?
Okay.
Which I guess essentially is what you should be doing. You should be kind of, like, creating content with the money that you've gotten.
Okay. But,
well, Peasley was like, I fucking hate you with every freaking fiber in my soul.
Like,
but
you were envious, or?
Envious, yeah.
Okay.
I was envious, but I was like, I hate you because it's smart. You're doing a good job. You're killing it. And that's why, in a sense, I say that I do kind of like him.
I mean, a Lamborghini's a pretty big jump for content. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's the thing, too. Like, that's why a lot of people are renting Lamborghinis, taking photos of them and be like, hey, my new car.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know,
he must have needed a pretty big tax write-off.
That's what's,
all I'm saying.
That's what's happening with the culture as far as, like, people. There's we've talked about this. I don't know if I told you, but there's a company now that rents, like, high-end shoes, like Jordan, like ones that you can't really buy.
Yeah.
Right.
So they rent them to people. So you could basically rent them for however much. You probably have them for like a day or two.
Yeah.
And then you could take all the photos you want with them, and then you fucking give them back.
Right.
You know?
That's crazy.
You bring them back scuffed, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get the shoe insurance.
But that's just basically it. And it makes sense because it's really hard to like win these like buy these
items,
shoes.
Just these
That's
items.
crazy. People are renting out a status symbol.
Basically.
Wow.
So like you can't get it yourself because not that they might not have the money, but it's really hard. Like I try to get shoes all the time, and I always don't get them.
You know firsthand.
Yeah. And sometimes I win. You know, sometimes I do get the shoes and stuff like that. But so it's actually easier because now you don't have to like necessarily be stressed out trying to get the shoes, and then also paying that money. Now you just like rent them. You know, put on 5 different outfits, put those shoes on, and then put them on the Instagram, and it's like everyone's gonna be like, "Damn, dude, that guy always has the flyest kicks," like stuff like that. So that's what this culture is being like now with like
that's just crazy.
The way he was just talking about how the guy's like flexing all his stuff, like, "Oh, my Yaris," you know, and then everyone else starts doing that, renting Lambos in Miami, mansions and stuff like that. So that's pretty gnarly.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy. Wow.
I have my Toyota Tundra for rent, if anyone.
I saw a brand new one on the road today. Have you seen them?
Fuck yeah, I've seen them. Are you kidding me?
The new Tundras?
Yeah.
Not the electric.
It kind of looks like it's much more square. Much more
the front
square
end,
looking. But I was like,
when did they drop that electric one?
That's Ford.
Yeah.
Is it
coming
Ford?
out
I know Chevy has one coming out too.
Yeah, I think the new Tundra is a twin turbo V6.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know anything about the gas mileage.
I actually heard good things.
It's good.
Because that's kind of one of the things that have been killing me on Toyotas. I'm like, God. Buy a Tacoma and it has
don't matter, dude.
16 miles.
The only thing that matters is looking good. While you pull up to the gas station, put in $100 just for 20.
Well, it looks good.
20 gallons, okay?
Yeah.
That's what all that matters.
Breaking their neck, looking at your.
Especially if you post it on Instagram, everyone's gonna be like, "Dude, Dave, you're dope."
Yeah. They are pretty good.
So I have mine for rent. Just saying, if anyone wants to rent it, take some photos. Of it.
Yeah, you rent a Tundra for the day.
Yeah.
There you go.
You can't drive it. You just take photos.
Yeah.
Of it,
Yeah. No, I drive it to the parking lot or wherever you need it, and then you guys can.
Yeah. I'll even take the photos for extra.
There you go.
Small fee.
$100.
That's even better. $350.
Yeah, so those and the new Broncos are looking pretty awesome too. Have you seen those? Not the sport ones. I only saw the sport ones for all of last year.
I don't know
that's
the
all
difference.
I've seen.
The sport ones look like they're small, almost like a little what's that little Honda Element? Almost like one of those. I don't know if they just started releasing the actual Broncos, but I just started noticing them.
So
they're like
big
they look
ones.
like lifted sports.
Ah,
They look nice.
I'd like to see that. I haven't seen.
They look nice.
I've seen a yellow one driving around.
Yeah, they look real nice.
You should get one.
I don't know if I will, but I'd like one. That'd
Just
be
don't
cool.
murder your wife.
What? Oh yeah.
Bronco, yeah.
Yeah, got you. Got the reference. All right.
Okay, there we go.
I'm there.
Real quick to end the podcast, this weekend, the 24th, is Community Day for Pokemon Go. It's Hop Hip.
Say what?
Hop Hip. Hop Hip. It's the Pokemon.
One more time, please.
Hop Hip.
Can you use it in a sentence?
I'm about to catch some shiny Hop Hips.
Okay.
I went over to the strip club and gained some hop hips.
Yeah, okay. It's kind of what I thought. I'm not sure what a hop hip is. You got a picture of this thing?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, it's a hop hip. Okay.
And then
it
you
looks
can-
like a little turnip.
And then you can evolve it to a jump loof. A jump
I didn't
loof.
know it evolved.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. To a what?
Jump loof.
Jump
Where's Niantic from? Are they Chinese, Japanese?
Japanese.
Yeah.
Japanese? Okay. Their use of vowels is interesting on these names, so.
Well, it's weird. I've seen some like French Pokemon cards, and they were in French. I would think that they're either like Charizard or
Oh,
like
really?
the Japanese word for Charizard.
Yeah.
I would think it was that, but no, they have their own like French word for Charizard.
So every Pokemon might have its own name?
Yeah, like in Spanish, it might be something different.
Oh, my goodness.
It's crazy.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
Pokemon
Yeah.
is big, dude.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's this weekend, the 12th, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. your local time. So make sure you get out there. The weather's been good, at least over here in the West Coast, for this. So
I'm
That's-
not complaining.
and that's a new Pokemon, new shiny, not new Pokemon, but a new shiny.
New shiny variant.
Yeah. So I like that.
Jumpluff.
What was it? Piplup.
Puplet.
Puplet.
Hop hip?
Hip hop.
Yeah. Hip hop.
Hip
What
hop.
are you,
Hip hop anonymous.
can you discuss online what you're doing for the lady for Valentine's Day?
I actually do have something that I have ordered.
Is it a headshot red dot? Because you can get one at headshotreddot.com.
Oh,
No, she can use mine.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. But no, it's she doesn't play first-person shooters.
Mm.
I mean, she can try and use it on a sword game that we
Yeah.
have that she plays. But other than that, no. Yeah, I have something in mind. Hopefully it gets here in time. If it doesn't, then I'll just let her know that something's coming.
Yeah, it's just
not
COVID.
really-
It's COVID.
It's not
It's
honestly
fault.
a
Yeah.
big deal. But I did find it kind of last minute. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I think it's pretty cool. I think she'll like it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What about you? Did you get yours situated?
Yeah, I got mine all figured out.
Is it more of a reward for you, or is it a reward for her?
It's a reward for her. I might use it from time to time.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Is it a headshot red dot? Because that one really did sound like it was a headshot.
Yeah, it could be.
Okay.
It could be.
Headshotreddot.com.
I bought it
Some
with
device.
with the heart emblem instead of a dot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Nice.
That's
The heart reticle? I
Yeah.
like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The reticle.
What about you?
Um,
Is it a special thing for you, or is it a special thing for her?
Can you not talk about it?
I don't know what I'm doing. We're just going to dinner.
Yeah.
Going to dinner?
That's kind of where I was headed with him, but we went into prizes or presents instead. You guys going to dinner or anything?
I don't think so. We
Okay.
don't really do that. We really
All right.
don't. Yeah.
That's fine. I struggle with it too.
I'm
got
like-
me on the bandwagon. I'm like, damn, I better go to a steakhouse.
I'm like the worst like buyer
Hmm.
for being like poor.
Yeah.
Because like it's hard for me to go like places and find stuff.
Yeah.
But like I always like look at stuff. I'm like, $5,000. Okay. know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, shit.
Right.
So the stuff I want
Yeah.
that I look
Yeah.
at, I'm like, fuck, that's a lot of money
Yeah.
Nice.
for Valentine's Day.
Right?
You know.
What about Super Bowl pick? You got one? No.
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 Yeah, the Rams.
I was listening to a show today that basically was telling people do not put a bunch of money on this game because the spread's so small. 4 points is all they give it. I think the Rams are favored to win by just a smidge. So it's,
Are you going to
it's
gamble?
literally a toss-up. When I want things to be more exciting, I usually put a couple grand on something. Just kidding.
My goodness.
I'm just kidding, like $5.
Oh, man.
But then he don't want to buy his wife a couple grand worth of something.
I know.
Jeez.
Get her a couple grand worth of headshot red dots.
Yeah.
There we go. One might be on me when I get home. I don't know.
Yeah. Hopefully she's not listening to this podcast.
Probably not.
But yeah, Valentine's Day should be cool.
Should be lit.
I have
Oh,
a
thank you.
reservation for 4. I don't know if you got.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Because I was gonna take my kids.
You were going to give yourself some mask distancing?
No, I was gonna take my kids.
Oh, really? Oh. You know what? I don't think that would be the first time I went with you on Valentine's Day to a meal, huh?
Yeah, actually last year
I think we went to the
did it together.
Overland or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Don't tell the people where we go,
Oh, shit.
You guys going to go watch Jackass?
dude. I want to.
Yeah,
want to
actually,
too.
we were just talking about we should do it.
I actually would love to.
You guys ever seen Mystery Science Theater 3000? No?
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, what is that?
It's like an old show where they would broadcast basically as if you were at the movies and they'd see silhouette of chairs and then
Oh,
they'd
yeah,
have
I've
these
seen that.
robots
Yeah, yeah.
sitting there
What?
talking and it'd be like comedy.
Oh, I've not seen
Oh, it was
this.
great. It was a good show. It was pretty funny.
Oh, Holy shit.
I instantly just thought of that while we were talking about going to the movies.
We should do a remake.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the podcast. Check us out on all of our socials. I am Pilot Hero. This is Dave.
Hater Dave, Frat Boy Dave.
Call him whatever the fuck you want.
What other Dave was it?
I don't know.
That's
we
it.
got
Dave.
if we got Jorge. We love doing this. Please hit that thumbs up, hit that bell so that you guys get that reminder when we are live. And subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. And like I mentioned last time, liking the video puts our video out there to the algorithm. Then YouTube's like, oh, people like these guys. We're going to show them to more people. And that's only going to grow our podcast a little bit more. So we would really appreciate a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Like Dave doesn't subscribe to us, but that's cool.
I'm subscribed, man.
And yeah, that's about it.
Absolutely. With that said,
Good to have you back, man.
Oh, it's great to be back.
See you.
Missed you guys. With that said, stay tuned. Much love. Do something crazy for Valentine's Day. Get naked. Decide whether you're a nipple pincher or a boot tickler. And yeah, game on.
Game on.
Game on.